August 6, 2022. My youngest son Caleb's now officially a year older. We're all a day older, I guess. Minor Institute, Research, Demonstrations, Education, Dairy Research Barn, Farm Manager's Office, Dairy Barn Classroom, Cow Barn, Compost Site, Heifer Barn, all kinds of stuff in this corner. And all the way over that way is cars parked everywhere. A great turnout on this Saturday afternoon here in Chazy, and we're going to try to get a little bit of this and then head for Mass at 4 o'clock. But we'll hot day, 85 degrees and very muggy today. Everywhere we look, there's people with red shirts on, guiding people in different directions. As I mentioned, it's 85 degrees here today. We're in a milking parlor here, and we got people busily milking cows. Looks like they milk quite a few at a time. The windows are open, the fans are on, and they're trying to keep it as cool and comfortable in here as they possibly can. We have a young spectator here who's taking it all in and really enjoying the moment here in this milking parlor here on the Minor Farm. It's not fair. An old guy like me has to walk, and these youngsters get to drive around here, ride around. I tell you, life's not fair, but what are you going to do? Before this visit is over, I'm sure we'll get somebody to tell us about who William H. Minor is and how this foundation came to be. And it looks like they're not standing still. New construction going on here in that direction. I just came from that direction, and it looks like if I'd worked my way a little more west, I could have come across Feedstuffs, Dairy Technologies, Dairy Research. That's what that big building is called. The milking parlor is over there. And here's that new construction. So it didn't make this year's program, but if there's one of these next year or the year after, it'll be pointed out, I am sure, next time. There they go, boy, they're having fun. Eating a little dust, but they're having fun. When you've got milking cows, they only are productive for a relative short period of time, a few years, so you need to have replacements. And here's where the young calves are. Looks like they've got a steady crew of recruits coming up here in the calf barn. Everyone gets their own stall, looks like. The official program set an equine demonstration at 1:30, and they had that going on right now in the middle of the rink. And I'm sure the people gathered around, they're explaining what's happening out there in the ring. As we mentioned, there's a whole lot of people here. There's another view of the area where the equine demonstration is taking place. And as I said, a lot of folks are gathered around there. We are going to continue on our journey, looking at the old barn that's probably been here for at least a century. Like everything else that Mr. Miner did, it was done right. And it's wagon rides for the families here with the tour. Going for a hayride. There's the museum that we've been in several times, and if you've ever wanted to look like what you would look like if you were Mr. and Mrs. Miner, you can stick your head in there and get your picture taken. The sign says, without dairy farms, no milk, no butter, no ice cream, no way. Had to get a free ice cream cone while I was here, so we lined up and took advantage of it. There's also some food trucks if you want something to buy a hot dog or whatever each of these food trucks may sell. These guys look like they have drinks. And there's another truck over that way, so I think that's Tammy's Lunchbox here. Not sure who's at this little operation, and over that way is what was it? Dog? Something here, yeah. Dog. The dog father is over that way. So we are continuing on our way. There's various little booths set up here. People want to find out more information.
Hi.
People running the booths are sitting in the shade. It'd be a long day if they weren't. So he's promised you we'd find out who this William H. Miner fellow is, and this guy here says he knows a little bit about it. What's your name?
My name is Rick Grant. I'm president here at Miner Institute.
Hi, Rick. You've been here a few years now.
I've been here since 2003 now, if you can believe that. Time flies.
19 years in my math book.
That's just about right. Yeah, it's been the best 19 years of my life. Yeah.
That's half your life, right?
It's more like a third, but we'll go with a half. That sounds good today.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Maybe my math isn't as good as it used to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
All right. So, who was William H. Miner?
Well.
25 words or less.
25. I think everybody in this region knows who he was, but basically, thanks to him, we're here. He had the vision of turning what he called his Heart's Delight farm into agricultural research college. We call it the Institute today, but here we are. You know, he made his millions in the railroad industry, but he grew up here on his aunt and uncle's farm, and he loved it so much he called it Heart's Delight Farm. And you're looking at the our heritage exhibit, but the core of the old Heart's Delight farm, of course, the modern farm's on the back side, but it's where we do all of our research and teaching programs here. Thanks to him and his wife, Alice.
Yeah, if you want to know what you look like as Alice T. and William H., you can stand in front of that little cutout or back of that little cutout and get your picture taken.
I bet you could entice some people to do that today if you wanted to. Huh?
Probably so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing research, so you're not always looking to make as much as you can on any particular item, so sometimes you make a little less because you're researching, right?
Correct. That's the reason why our herd is here. We have about 500 Holstein cows and about 30 Morgan horses. They're mostly just for education show. The community really loves the horses. But with our Holstein herd, we do a lot of nutrition and management research, and our goal is really to improve their health, of course, their productivity, and we have agronomists here who look at nutrient management. So farming without affecting the Lake Champlain Basin, right? It's all about creating food and protecting the environment nowadays, and hopefully turning a profit while you're doing it. It's a tall order, but that's kind of what we work on, right?
Well, do you also operate on grants? I mean, that sometimes you got to turn that profit, so you got to.
Exactly. Yep. And so we get about probably most of our grants from different industries, but also from the federal government, USDA, some NRCS grants, depends on the topic. But we have a staff of about 65, and we keep them pretty busy here. Not all doing research, but from A to Z, we're pretty self-sufficient. So
So,
yeah.
so you have 65 red shirts here today?
Pretty darn close. Maybe a few more because we put them on our students too. So if you're here today, besides sweating like I am, if you have a question, you can find someone in a red shirt and they can point you in the right direction.
Even if they can't answer it, they can point you in the right direction.
Exactly, or just someone who might know the answer. Yeah.
Right.
So it's a hot day, but boy, we've been pleased. Someone told me about an hour ago already we were over 500. So
I couldn't believe it when I pulled in here.
Fantastic. We were supposed to do this in 2020, and then of course COVID happened.
Yeah, I heard about that COVID.
Yeah, geez, a few people heard about that, so we're pulling it off today. Expect to do it every 3 or 4 years if we can.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years since you were able to pull this off.
Yeah, we've done a lot of construction and stuff.
Speaking of which, you got that new building going up. What's going in there?
Well, the one that just got finished is a calf barn, and the one that you can see being constructed right now is once they wean. For about the next 8 months of their life, they'll live there.
Okay.
So we got rid of our calf hutches and moved the animals indoors. Hopefully that'll be good for their health, but also it helps us do our research. We hired a young lady, a heifer nutritionist about 2 years ago, right before COVID, and we said we'd build you some barns to do research. And so this is our end of the bargain. So Sarah Morrison's her name. She's around here today, and we hope to get into that game. All our work up till now has been mostly with the mature cows, the dry cows and lactating cows, and now we're jumping into the calf and heifer research game too.
Okay.
So try to grow a better replacement animal, right?
Yeah. So what's happening mainly across the road? We'll call it where the college used to be.
Up there.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the institute still is. We have been doing renovations there. We have some nutrition labs, environmental science labs. Of course, we have our classrooms there. It's sort of like the mini campus, right? We have dorms. We have a library, duplexes. So most all of our educational programs happen up on the hill, we call it. And the main building for your audience is called the Joseph Burke Education Research Center. I'm sure most people in the listening audience would have heard of Joe Burke. He was our chair of our trustees for 30 years. And he passed away in 2018. And this is the first one we've done without him. It seems kind of funny without Joe. But anyway, that's if people come, that's not open today, but anytime during the week people can stop by when people are around and have a look around the buildings up on the hill as well. Not nearly as exciting as the animals, but still.
Last time I saw Joe, I apologized that I wasn't aware that that building was going to be dedicated in his name. And,
well,
until after it was done.
It was certainly well deserved. 30 years is a huge commitment. And of course, he wrote the book.
Right.
Being an historian, and he and his wife, Joan, they're such passionate people about the legacy and history of the miners, Alice and William both, right? So without him, the story would be lost. Yeah. For sure.
So we did do a story with Joe on the William H. Miner book.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
We certainly appreciate what he did to keep this legacy going.
Right.
All right. So a lot of people have had trouble hiring people. How are you guys doing? You have
we're
full workforce?
Too. We could hire a few more people on the farm. I think we're not immune from that. After COVID especially, we keep saying we're the people, particularly the folks who want to drive trucks and do some of the heavy labor type stuff, I think that's common among a lot of farms, but we're slowly getting restaffed. Our research and educational staff never really took a hit, but the farm, we're working to get back up to full capacity there, but I'd say we're pretty close.
Okay.
We're pretty close.
Somebody is, people retire, so if somebody is looking to explore working here, what should they do?
Well, they should come to this building right behind you.
Right back here.
That's where our HR is located, and if they walk where it says office, they go in that building. They can fill out a form to get interviewed or to be considered, and we're always kind of on the lookout for good staff, right?
Right.
I'd never turn anybody down if they're good. So anyway.
If you've been turned down here, you weren't good.
Okay, that came out wrong. That's why I'm not in politics, all right? No, we're always on the lookout for good quality people, right?
I know what you meant, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a great place to work. I'll put that down there, and that's no lie. How's
so this
that?
is just past just a little west of the intersection with the Ridge Road on the Miner Farm Road here. This is where you pull off
Stone Gates.
Yeah, Stone Gates, and you come in here and
we call it the farm office. It's been the farm office since William Miner's day.
1908 says.
Exactly. There you go. So it's been a farm office for a long time.
Yes. Okay. Anything else?
No. I'm just pleased with the turnout, as we all are.
Yeah.
So,
It's hard to get an accurate count because cars come in and you.
Absolutely. I bet you we're close to 600 now, and we're about halfway there. So anyway, it's a wonderful place to be. If anybody's listening and they haven't come, please come by and visit. Don't wait for an open house. We love to have the exhibit. People come visit the exhibit.
Museum, yeah.
And any place around the farm, if you come by, our staff is always happy to do an impromptu tour or show people around, answer questions, whatever we can.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I apologize for being such a sweaty, perspiring interviewee, but it's 90 degrees, just so that people know it's hot.
You're talking to a sweating, perspiry camera guy.
There you go.
It works out.
Anyway, great talking to you as always.
Thanks.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Don't get me in that. Don't get me in that. I don't want to see my face on Facebook.
All right, I've lost them here. There we go. Sun's shining right in my viewer here. There's William and Alice. Circa 2022.
Ready? No, I don't want to be on television.
Okay, you won't be. We'll cut you right out.
No, I don't want to be on television.
Be all about Laura. All right, we're making our way over here to this little buggy. Have you ridden in this buggy, young lady?
I have not ridden in this buggy. It says do not climb on historical vehicles, so I try to just walk around it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Did you make a silly face?
And what is your name?
My name is Rachel Dutel.
I thought you were usually spending your Saturdays in an ice house. It's not an ice house today.
It is not a nice house today, as my face, I'm sure, suggests. It is quite warm today, but it has not detracted visitors, and we're really pleased about that.
Okay, my mic thing wasn't all the way in, so hopefully I heard you. But Rachel Dutel, and what's your position here, Rachel?
I do public relations and marketing here at the Institute.
This was all your idea?
This takes a pretty fabulous team to pull off, and we are fortunate to have one, yeah.
A whole lot of red shirts, as I was saying.
A whole lot of red shirts, yeah.
So I'm sure you look forward to this, but I'm sure you look forward to when it's over, too.
I'll sleep well tonight, yep.
You even brought in your hubby and his brother and everybody else to give out ice cream.
To serve up some ice cream, that's right, yep.
So you're putting everybody to work here. Okay, Rick told us people can stop in here during the day and
Absolutely.
people,
We are open to the public. You're not going to see all of this every day, but you certainly can visit our barns, you can visit our heritage exhibit, you can walk the grounds. We even have some picnic tables over in our garden area, so you could certainly bring a picnic lunch and experience the horses, the cows, and kind of the farm that William Miner envisioned, right?
Yeah. You don't always have the straw hatters over there in the corner, though.
We don't, no.
But you did a week and a half ago or so.
That's right, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I know you can't do an accurate count. Rick was guessing 500-600 here already today.
Well, probably about an hour ago, I heard the count was over 500. So I would guess that we'll put at least 700 through our stone gates today, which is exceptional. We're really pleased with that.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen Vermont cars here, so you really spread the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have I know you have a website, I would assume, and a Facebook page, all that good stuff?
We sure do, yeah. So you can visit us at whminer.org. You can learn all about our research programs, our dairy farm, some of the history, right? And certainly upcoming events will get posted there. And if you are on Facebook, you can certainly search for Miner Institute on Facebook as well.
So a lot of people must have gone to your Facebook page because a whole lot of people showed up here. Did you use any other way of spreading the word?
Well, you might have heard my voice on WOKO for one.
I might have if I listened to it.
We did some radio advertising. We had some big, giant banners that were hung, around Chazy and Plattsburgh.
And a big sign at the edge of the Ridge Road.
That's right.
There.
Yep. So a multitude of different ways, right? We we were on the community calendar for a couple of different news outlets, so
the word did get out.
The word got out, yeah.
Very, very well, very much so, because all this is, you can buy some food if you want some food, but the ice cream is free, and the visit here is free, and you can just take the tour at your own leisure, and if the young ones want to go for a little buggy ride or whatever.
Yeah, we've got a cow train or a wagon ride today. We've got exhibits in our dairy barn. The horse barn's open for visitors. There's actually some arts and crafts in the horse barn as well.
Oh, okay. So this huge two-story building, actually three-story building. I guess if you took the hayloft up there,
That's right.
is actually where the horses are kept now.
That's right. Yep.
That was probably cows back in miners' day, and
Yeah,
I
it was the
imagine some
origi-
horses because that's how the
That's right.
work
Yep.
was done with horses. So.
Yep.
All right, now I see you've got a camera here. Does Amy Bedard know you're taking pictures here? That's supposed to be her job.
We're
you
a
know?
pretty good team
Oh,
of
you're a
photographers. We are, yeah. Amy's tend to be far better than mine, though.
Oh, you're just so humble. Okay, anything else, Rachel, that I should be asking you about here? Looks like even the staff is enjoying the ice cream.
That's right. I mean, who doesn't love an ice cream cone, especially on a, 95-degree day?
Feels that way, yeah.
Yes. Here comes one of our wagons full of some visitors.
Oh, hayride.
Yep.
No horse-drawn rides today?
No horse-drawn rides today, no.
I'm sure the horses appreciate that. Okay, so it's got to be a lot of work to coordinate, get everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing today, and hopefully they show up and nobody
That's
calls
right.
in sick. So
That's right.
a lot of work
Yep.
that goes into this. So.
Yep. But like you say, there's a lot of red shirts around. We've got a pretty amazing team, and it's really on full display today.
Well, Matt Gagnon offered to give me his red shirt and let me stand there and do that. You know,
I'm assuming that was Mark
Mark
Gagnon.
Gagnon, Mark, yes, Mark.
Yeah.
Yes, Mark did offer that. It was very nice of him to do that. You know, but not everybody give you the shirt off their back
That's
like
right.
that. Okay, anything else, Rachel, that I should be smart enough to ask you?
I think that's about it,
All right,
Calvin.
you probably want to get in line.
Appreciate you stopping by today.
Yeah, well, maybe in a few years you'll be doing this again, you think?
At least 3.
After
But
you
yes,
catch
we
your
definitely will do it again. Absolutely.
breath. Okay, after you catch your breath, you'll know
That's right.
how soon you want to
That's
go
right.
through all this again. But
Exactly,
it's
yep.
certainly worth it to let the community know what's happening here.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I apologize to all the Mark Gagnon fans. It was Mark that told me that. Apologies to Matt. Matt would never say anything like that. Here is a nice little vintage automobile. This is a visitor. This is not part of the display here. It's got plates on it and everything. So if you look carefully, you might see this one motoring down the road. A very nice little vehicle that pulled in here to take in the show. And looks like they weren't expecting rain today. This is certainly the kind of vehicle that William H. and Alice T. would have ridden around in at one time. When we made our way here today, we expected maybe a small crowd because it is, as we've heard several times here, a warm, muggy day. My car said 85 when I shut it off. Certainly going to be approaching 90 at this point in time. But a great turnout here, a lot of folks coming, and what's nice is when you see families here, 2 or 3 generations enjoying a visit. I've even saw some farmers here take a day off from their farm operation and come here and enjoy looking at this place. It was certainly a showcase in its heyday, and I hate to use that word because I think they're still having their heyday here. For a while, they in the 60s and so on, they kind of backed off on a lot of things. I know our family rented and used several of their hay fields to bale and to make our hay for our own cattle. But they are back with a vengeance. In fact, where I am on the Ridge Road, I'm surrounded by what's now minor farm property, and we're in the middle of it, and they lease the acreage from us for their crops. So they are an expanding business, a business that's good for agriculture, and if you're good for agriculture, you're good for the world. They're trying to learn more about what to do, what not to do, and the research they do is vital. In the meantime, they are producing some milk And they do have the equine thing. They don't make any money on the equine, but it's certainly interesting and helps the community learn a little bit more about horses. So, a day at the Minor Institute in Chazy, New York, August 6th, 2022. If your family didn't make it this year, Rachel said, look for 3 years from now. So in 2025, if not sooner, keep your eyes peeled for another open house here at the Minor Farm in Chazy. Thanks for watching.